Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today what I wanted to talk about is just a few travel tips that I have picked up along the way, just because we just booked flights to go to Amsterdam, and we were in London at the start of the year, and we're hoping to go away as well. I don't know where next time, but we're hoping to go away as well. So I just wanted to share just a few tips on traveling and what you should look out for, and just things that you can do to make it really easy for you and not having to like buy things over there and stuff, because it's really annoying. So yeah, I have like 11 tips, which is a really odd number, but just go with it. Okay, so onto tip number one. It's found really helpful. Like if you're going on kind of like a shorter trip, like when we went to London for just a few days, it's really handy to have little mini toiletries that you can buy. So I have them here, so I just have them in a little sandwich bag. So I'll just go through them. I just got them in Dunnes, like they weren't that expensive, because how can they be, they're so mini. So this is just like a little mini deodorant. So that, say if you don't have your big suitcase, you only have a carry-on, and you're kind of restricted as to the amount that you can bring. So that's that. I got these two little mini shampoos, or shampoo and conditioner. There's Elvive, and just a mini toothpaste. So they're really handy, and then I just put them in the sandwich bag, and they're good to go. So that is tip number one. It's just really handy. You don't have to buy things over there. Obviously if you're going over for a week or 2 weeks and you're bringing a big suitcase, then you don't really need to do that. But number two, I find that when you're going on weight for your suitcase, it's always the handiest to wear the heaviest clothes that you want to bring, like when you're going to the airport. So say if you're going somewhere and you have like really heavy shoes that are like, say, really heavy, like heel boots, if you just wear the heel boots in the airport, or if you have a really big fur coat, just wear it. Like I always just wear my heaviest items of clothing, and like sometimes I even wear like 2 coats, and then I might have a coat in my handbag, like, so then you don't have to worry, like you've brought stuff but you don't have to worry about weight. So that's what I find is really handy. I just wear the heaviest things. Like I do look a little bit strange in the airport, but like I can bring home more stuff now. So yeah, that's I found really helped with travel, because I hate traveling for a really long time on planes and cars. I find that I get really bad vertigo if I look down while I'm traveling. So I can't read a book, I can't like write things down, I can't really be on my phone, because unless I hold it up like this. So I found that making playlists really help. Just like relaxing playlists if it's a thing that you want to go to sleep, or like upbeat ones if you're like really excited. I found that they really help with traveling and kind of being nervous traveling. I'm a nervous flyer, but like once we're up in the air for a while I kind of get over it. But I get really nervous, and I don't realize that I'm nervous until I get this really bad, like I get really bad pain in my ribs when I get stressed, and sometimes I don't think I'm stressed, and then I'll get a pain in my ribs and I'll be like, oh actually I'm stressed about this plane journey. So I found that if you are a nervous flyer, listening to the playlist really helps, especially when the plane is about to take off, because when the engines rev up and like it goes really fast, oh, it just kills me, like I can't. So yeah, that really helps with that for me. Another thing that I found really helpful, ooh, there's like a really big bird. I'm just in my window whenever I film, just because it has the best lighting, and there's always really weird things that happen outside, and I'm always like, ooh. So yeah, there's just a really big fat bird outside. He's gone now. What's really handy as well if you're going on holidays, maybe for a few days or even for 2 weeks, like when we went to Lanzarote for 2 weeks, me and Danny budgeted out money that we wanted to spend every day. And if we had to spend more one day because we had to pay for a trip that we were going on, we just take that out of a day that we were like, okay, we're just going to relax by the pool, and all we'll have to pay for would be drinks and like food for the day. So it's really handy to budget that out, so that you can do as much as you can. You don't have to, because like I find that like if I didn't do that, I definitely just spend loads of money in the first few days and then I'd have no money left for the rest of the trip. So we did that for London as well. Bear in mind an awful lot of the stuff that we did in London was paid for in advance because we planned to do it, so that was nice as well. Which brings me on to my next tip. It's really handy to have an awful lot of the things that you're doing paid for in advance. So say if you pay for the hotel and just different activities that you're going to do, like when we go to Amsterdam, I'm definitely going to Anne Frank, so we're going to book the tickets before that. We're going to try and book tickets for loads of things before we go, and have our accommodation paid for as well. It just gives you more of a leeway with money, where you have an awful lot of things already paid for, and then when you have your money put together for the trip, you can actually spend it on things for the trip, and not like, oh well, it's €100 gone and like 2 activities that we're doing and now I only have 200 left, and you're just like meh. So yeah, that is also really handy for going on trips, just to like budget everything out. I know it's really boring and it's really like that's not fun, but it really helps with money keeping and having fun times. Another thing that is like, well, we and Danny didn't really think of it before we went to London, especially because we only had carry-ons. When we went to Lanzarote we had like carry-ons and suitcases, but it's really handy to buy sandwich bags like these. I know that sometimes they give you sandwich bags there, but like I know my mom was saying before she was going, and thank God she bought sandwich bags because she said that it was really busy that day and they actually had none for anyone, like they were all just gone. So if you didn't have sandwich bags, you couldn't bring your liquids with you, so you wouldn't be able to, like, you'd have to leave all of your makeup and all of that, because you can only bring carry-on liquid stuff if it's in a see-through sandwich bag that's sealed. And also another thing that I did not know was you can only have 2 sandwich bags of liquids each. So I had like 4, and then I had to squeeze them all into one, and I put some into Danny's because Danny didn't have as much as me. But yeah, you can only have 2 each. Which was like okay, we had to stop and we had to take out all the stuff, and it was just a whole big disaster. So that is something that not everybody knew. I didn't know, and yeah, it's just handy to know that kind of stuff. Thing that I did not do before we went to London, and I regret so much, was I didn't do my eyebrows. And you can't bring tweezers with you because they're classed as a weapon because they're kind of sharp. So I just had big bushy eyebrows for the whole journey. So it was really fun. And I didn't want to buy tweezers over there because I was just going to have to leave them behind. I was like, oh, what a waste. I'm only here for 4 days, it's grand, I'll just deal with it. But it was annoying. So that is like one thing. Say, well, like if you're going for like a week or 2 weeks and you're bringing a big suitcase, then you can toss them into the suitcase, that's fine. But if you are just going for a few days and you only have your carry-on, you might want to do your eyebrows or get your eyebrows done before you go. Because I made that mistake and I just looked like a bush queen. My eyebrows looked pretty bad. Thing for kind of saving your weight with the, I can't even speak. Another thing that is really handy for kind of like weight control with your suitcase or your carry-on is, even though they don't weigh your carry-on, it's just, it has to fit in the thing. Anyway, another thing with like space and all of that is, what I tried to do was I had all of my outfits planned out for each day. So I knew I was wearing this. I didn't just like be like, oh, I like that, I like that, I like that, I'll throw them all in and I'll wear one, you know. So I made sure that the clothes that I did bring I was going to wear, and that there was no like excess clothes being brought that I wasn't going to wear. So I found that really handy with space. And what I found really handy with space as well was I would wear, say, the same pants 2 days in a row, but I'd wear them with different tops. Or I'd wear the same tops 2 days in a row, but I'd wear them with different pants. So I found that was really handy because then I didn't have as much clothes going as well, and I had more space to bring back things. And yeah, I found that really, really handy. And like, who's gonna care if you wear a top twice? Like, nobody. Like, you're not gonna just wear it once and then burn it. So you might as well just wear it again. Like, if you brought it with you, it's obviously weather appropriate. So why not wear it twice, you know? Like, I always do that. So, like, restaurants and activities that you can do there, like, before you go. So we're like in the middle of researching a lot of things that you can do in Amsterdam by asking people and by loads of different things. So I've seen there's like loads of cool cafes for like eating with like cool pancakes or cool smoothie bowls or milkshakes and stuff. So I really want to try those out, and I really want to find the directions for it so that we can go. So I know that like a lot of people will be like, yeah, we're gonna go there, but like if you don't know where it is, you're gonna just waste like an hour trying to find it, and you're just gonna end up probably not going there, just going into the next cafe because you're hungry. So if you really, really want to go somewhere, like if you research it before you go and you get all the instructions, if you get all the directions to go there, and all of that, then you'll just know where to go straight away. So I found that, and researching like activities like the Anne Frank Museum, like all the different museums that you can go to, like the Heineken bar, the ice bar, like there's a park as well that you can go into and you can do kayaking and zip lining and all of that. So I really want to do that. And there's a zoo, like there's so many things, but that I really want to do, so I'm gonna have to look into it. So if you do, like if you look into it before you go, then you won't be dillying and dallying. You can be like, dillying and dallying, is that the word? I don't know. But you'll just have it all planned out, and it will be less time consuming and you'll just know what you're at. I know it's all very structured and planned, but it's just so much less stressful, I find, if you just do it all before you go. And then when you're on your hollybops, you're on your hollybops. See? This is the last thing that this is the last kind of tip that I have acquired through traveling. Never, well, it's fine if you go to like England or that kind of countries, but when you go to like hot countries that have different insects and wildlife than we have, and different water systems, it's really important that you don't drink the ice there or the tap water. Tap water is like, even in some places they recommend that when you're brushing your teeth you just get bottled water to do it. Like I'd recommend that 100%. Like a few years ago when I was abroad, I ate, well, I didn't just like eat a thing of ice. Years ago I had ice in my drink, and I was so sick for a few days like after having it, and it happened to my mom as well. I think it's just to be extra cautious and just don't get ice in your drink when you're going away. I know it's really tempting because it's really warm and all that, but like, just don't do it, because you do not want to go through what I went through. I was sick on my holidays in a hot country for like 3 days, and let me tell you, being sick in a hot country is so uncomfortable. Like, smells linger. Like, you're just it's sick, it's disgusting. Like smells from restaurants, like from food and all of that would like linger over to your room. And like, obviously when you're really ill, you don't want to smell food, so it's just horrible. Just don't do it. Not a good idea. Just don't do it. Yeah, so it's all the kind of travel essentials that I have learned. A lot of them is for kind of like short stays where you're only bringing carry-ons, which is the most kind of difficult type of travel with your luggage to do, because there's so many things you can't bring, there's so many different things that you have to do. So yeah, that is it. So that's kind of everything that I have learnt over the past few years of traveling. And yeah, I hope this is helpful for you, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, don't be afraid to give it a nice thumbs up, just to show me that you're liking what I'm doing, so that I kind of have some kind of a direction as to what I should do. So yeah, thanks, and if you're traveling anytime soon, happy traveling, safe travels, and I'll see you later. Bye.